Take advantage of life's opportunities and apply for a loan of up to 150,000 Rand today. SMS your SAID number to 43815.
The new Renault Duster from only 3,399 per month. Now with 15,000 Rand off the 4x4 model.
Give your savings the big break they need at our famous Big Winter Save. Lintagon C12 effervescent tablet 62.95, save 12 Rand. Gillette Mach 3 value pack 159.95 for 4 cartridges plus razor handle free. Buy Centrum Adult 30 tablets for 109.95 with 2 plus 1 free. You also save 109.95. Get your big break at the Big Winter Save, only at Discount. Pharmacists who care.
Out here, it's not the size of your engine, but the size of your heart. And the only thing between you and immortality is a few feet. On this stage lies every story ever told. And the endings, well, they're written right here. Supersport on DSTV Premium.
This June, stay connected to Supersport on DSTV with the best in Europe, less blues in SA, and smashing cricket. In June, don't miss out on the UEFA Champions League final, Castle incoming tour, England vs SA T20 series, ICC Champions Trophy, FIFA Confederations Cup, and the All Blacks versus the British and Irish Lions. In July, get ready for the yellow jersey, centre court, and record times.
A mess for the Spitches right now.
Enjoy July with the Tour de France, Wimbledon, and the FINA World Championships in Budapest. This August, be prepared for a super final, athletic triumphs, and the Grand Slam.
Semenya, looking powerful, looking swift.
In August, make sure you catch the Vodacom Super Rugby Final, IAAF World Championships, and US Open Tennis. Only on Supersport, your world of champions.
Because this man is going to ride to victory. So there's a clear road opened up.
He is in a perfect position. He's going to line up to the finish. This is going to be the end.
The international cycling season, live and exclusive on Your World of Champions. Supersport, brought to you by Marriott and Cecil Nurse.
This Sunday on Supersport, the F1 drama continues with Hamilton nipping at Vettel's heels. How will they fare in Monaco? The European Tour's finest take to the greens on day 4 of the BMW Championship. And with the Kings on a Super Rugby high, the Lions know they face a tough test at home. Up your game on Supersport.
In the 2013 French Open, 7th-ranked Radwanska pulled off a stellar performance against Anna Ivanovic to qualify for the quarterfinals. The Polish tennis player, nicknamed the Professor, would unfortunately make an early exit at the 2015 tournament. She bounced back in 2016 as second seed, defeating Bojana Jovanovski, Caroline Garcia, and Barbara Strykova respectively. Catch all the Roland Garros action, live and in HD on Supersport on DSTV Premium. Proudly brought to you by Prudential Investment Managers.
Ons boer al 25 jaar saam. Dis 'n lang tyd. Tog is dit maar net die begin. Soms gaan dit amper te goed. Maar as ook tye wat jy haar op jou tande moet hê. Dit is juist dan wanneer mense werklik saam staan en dinge begin gebeur. Die lewe kry 'n silwer randjie en alles word makliker. Wanneer ons sê ons is reg vir die volgende 25 jaar, bedoel ons dit 100%. Want saam boer ons vooruit.
Growth Point Kings Park in Durban is the venue for the last game before the international window for these two Super Rugby teams. It's the old foes, the Sharks and the Stormers, meeting on the home ground of the Sharks for
The 27th time in Super Rugby between these two franchises, and as we predicted, the rain has arrived. It managed to stay away for just a short while in the build-up to this game, but it has come down in the last 15 minutes or so. It'll be interesting to see how that affects the game. Finds Stefan Levies, and there's a penalty advantage here for the Sharks. Looks like an offside call against Nizam Kar. Ralapele. Buerta, he has been prominent in these opening exchanges, most notably as a ball carrier. Here's Daisel! And Johan Daisel over for the try. Some good advantage played by the referee. Some real patience with ball in hand from the Sharks. And they have the first try of the game.
Yeah, and it's good work from the Sharks forwards. You mentioned Rowan Buerta, a couple of carries. The Dupree boys prominent in that build-up, but Daisel just changes his line right at the last moment.
Peter Steph-Totoy getting up to take the ball, but look, it's been ripped away by the Sharks. Brilliant work from them on a Stormers line-out. Huge tackle from Viljoen on Nkosi, but still available for the Sharks. And Vovo held it up beautifully for Dupree. And now Oli Kebble is unable to roll away. Quick tap from Reinach. And Nizam Kar made the tackle, having not retreated 10 meters. The Sharks just a meter out now. And they have the try. Well, some brilliant work at first on a Stormers line-out throw. It looked as though they'd let Peter Steph-Totoy have his own way. But both Levies and Rowan Buerta worked very hard to win that ball back.
Got it. Lost it again.
Well, the turnover initially good from the Sharks, but then won back by the Stormers. Lades. Here for Viljoen now.
Tackle now, release! Release.
Kobus van Wyk just kept having a go at it after Maurice van der Westhuizen had made the call of tackle. Well, SP Marais had a go from inside his own half in the first half, which went away to the left of the uprights, but now he has the Stormers' first points of this contest. Philip van der Walt cleaned off it. Carr. Some really good energy on defence here from the home side, as Van der Walt tries to rip the ball from Etzebeth in the tackle. And for Mark with a quick tap and go from the penalty. Sharks hadn't retreated, but advantage being played, and the try now scored. A very similar try to the one scored by Stefan Levies for the Sharks in the first half. It's scored by SP Marais. And the Stormers back within 7 with a kick to come.
Yeah, just waves and waves of attack from the Stormers. Nizam Kar prominent.
There's Nkosi. Oh, beautifully through the middle. Nkosi! Fantastic try. Wow, he has got some real pace and some power to break open the tackles. A third try in his debut Super Rugby season. The Stormers now playing for a losing bonus point for Mark.
It's short.
Short is the call, just centimetres short, then Noche.
Well, we'll do well to try to find that score.
Well, it's an important decision that needs to be made here from a log points point of view. So a microcosm of the game itself in many ways, and that the Sharks' defence holding true to the very, very end. The Sharks remain unbeaten at home this season, full-time in Durban. It's the Sharks 22.
Whether it's a new addition to your family a renovation to the inside or the outside of your home. A chance to get ahead or simply to see the world. Take advantage of life's opportunities. Apply for a loan of up to 150,000 Rand from Direct Access, a company you can trust. SMS your SA ID number to 43815.
Born to rugby. Get behind the SuperSport Rugby Challenge, building the future of SA Rugby, live on SuperSport. Proudly brought to you by Direct Access.
Welcome back to the Impala Rugby Club in Rustenburg for this afternoon's first SuperSport Rugby Challenge fixture between the Griffons and the Freestate Cheetahs 15. It promises to be an exciting game, and we've already been treated to a wonderful game earlier in the club game between the Impala and, of course, the QBR, which almost finished at an exciting end for QBR, who is seeking a try in the final minute to keep their hopes alive. But now we move back to the SuperSport Rugby Challenge. And these two teams have unfortunately found themselves towards the bottom of the division which they find themselves in the SuperSport Rugby Challenge. As we see here, the Griffons have had a rough year and find themselves on only 5 points, while the Freestate Cheetahs 15 are on 10 points and have faint hopes of qualifying for the knockout stages of this competition. As we take a look at the Griffons team here, this front row will be looking to impose themselves upon the match. Mkafu playing at hooker. We have the two locks, Filani and Annandale. And the loose trio of the Griffons will be looking to dominate the Freestate Cheetahs, who they of course beat in their only victory so far in this competition. Petzo will be taking the number 10 jersey and will be looking to run the game from that position on this wonderful day here in Rustenburg on the foothills of the Magaliesberg Mountains. Engelbrecht will be leading his charges today. The outside center will be looking to lift them to yet another victory over their Free State rivals in this derby game. Moving on to the Free State Cheetahs lineup, we have Dweba playing at hooker, Kotze at number 1. The two props, of course, no relation. And the Free State Cheetahs, of course, here, if they win with a bonus point, will lift themselves up to 15 points, and that will give them a chance of qualifying in the 3rd or perhaps 2nd position, as they are fighting it out with the Leopards and the Sharks for that. The Greek was currently occupying the top spot in the log. The first two teams, of course, qualifying, and here's Reno Benjamin playing at number 12, very recognizable player in South African rugby, a veteran of sevens, and of course the Free State Cheetahs for many years. Luther Obi was recently a Springbok under-20 player, and really great hopes for the future of this player. Hopefully he can show the skill that he has here today. Alongside me is Wim Visser, and we are hoping to see a cracker today, aren't we, Wim?
Oh, it's a fantastic occasion. Both sides are looking for a win. Obviously, the Free State 15, they're a competitive side. They've got big forwards. Watch out for Martinez Berger, great college boy. They beat the Sharks 21-19 away from home last weekend, so they want to create and grow from that victory. Let's not forget, the Griffons were last year's First Division champions. They knocked the Leopards last year. It's a good quality side, the Griffons. They have beaten the outfit from Bloem 38-36 during the knockout stages. So I expect a cracker this afternoon.
It ought to be just that. And the previous fixture between these two, finishing with 2 points between them, promises much from this one. Well, the team's out on the field now, and we are preparing for kickoff. Our referee for today's match is Jakub Pretorius, and the TMO will be Joey Salmans. Mr. Pretorius just making sure that the Griffons are in position and ready to go. as the Free State Cheetahs prepare to kick off. Van der Spey waiting for his time. Off we go, improvised kickoff down the center, big pressure now. Pretorius gathers well and takes it in, and the Griffons are on the front foot. Early on in this match, wonderful run down the touchline, attempted rep by Obi, but well run in there by Mkafu. Loose pass, finds its way to the number 6, Mavundla. Cleared the ball quickly enough, and they'll have a chance to clear. Does not kick into touch because they took the ball back into their own 22. And the Cheetahs look to move the way back downfield. Once again now in the hands of Extian. This time he'll look for touch perhaps? No. He's sought space upfield. That ball bouncing loose. And Mason looking to take this one back. Looking back inside once again for his right wing Jonker. The Cheetahs take the ball into contact now in their own half, just outside the 10-meter line. Cutting straight through now and beating one. The offload looked good, but could not find Mkafu, or Dweba rather. Knock-on called, and the Free State Cheetahs will have to put into the first scrum of this match. Ought to be very interesting to see how these front rows match up against each other.
It's a good start from this Cheetahs 15 outfit. Immediately finding their straps. Bit of a turn-throw ping-pong game. The quality of your kick is only made as good as the quality of your chasers, the line speed. So both sides just feeling each other out at the moment.
Absolutely, it has been a bit of a kicking match. You can see both very nervous.
Point.
Of course, keeping in mind how close the previous game was and how important this game is for both of these two teams, as there are very few fixtures left in the Supersport Rugby Challenge.
Yeah. Use it now.
Mr. Pretorius not making a call on that collapse scrum, and the Free State Cheetahs will have to clear. Breaking clears Smith. He's taken into contact, well presented. This ball could come quickly. Obi takes his time. Gives it off to the number 7, Berger. Does well to retain the ball there. And the quick ball now for the Cheetahs as they start to find their feet on attack. Oh, wonderful pass as the hooker spun around. Dweba. Here they come now to Reno Benjamin. He's looking to put on the afterburners. It's try time. Well. He's decided to pass to a teammate of his, but it's a wonderful try for the Cheetahs. 2.5 minutes into this game, they will be over the moon about that play. Got their attack going and got over the line for a 5-pointer. Ngijima scoring the try in the end.
Well, it's good work from this Cheetahs outfit. The little pivot in the form of Dweba made the try, confused the defense, and just created space out wide for the flyer Benjamin. And then offloading unselfishly the ball to a teammate could have been dangerous, but the finish was good.
Something out of his sevens history, perhaps. Trying out a new hairstyle today, it seems, Reno Benjamin. As Mason looks to add the extra 2 and make this a 7-pointer for the Cheetahs, get them off on the right foot. Up it goes, it looks delicious. Straight through the middle of the poles. 2 points for the Free State Cheetahs, added by their fullback Mason, and here we look at Reno Benjamin again finishing off.
He should have gone and scored that try. Any schoolboy watching that, you make sure of your 5 points. It could have gone all pear-shaped. Luckily for the Cheetahs, it didn't.
Up the kickoff goes, wonderfully gathered by the Cheetahs 15.
Stop, winger, stop!
Box kick there from Smith. A lot of pressure, but the referee called for Obi to stop. Looked like he was about to arrive to make an extremely big hit on the receiver of that kick. But we'll go back. We'll go back for the penalty.
Penalty. Okay. Number 11 in front of the kicker.
Calls the mark.
11.
And the Griffons will surely be looking to go for poles here, and that they do.
You could hear the referee, Jaco Pretorius, frantically calling Luther Obi, telling him to slow down. He was in front of the kicker. The occasion getting to Obi. You could see the determination in his face. He wanted to put in a massive hit. But an opportunity for the Griffons to get right back in it.
He was looking good for that hit too. Very unfortunate that he didn't hear the call or refused to listen to it. But now Petzer will be lining up this penalty to put 3 points on the board for the Griffons and get their first points of the match 5 minutes in. Up it goes, dragging a bit to the left, but that will go over the bar. 3 points for the Griffons, 7 points to 3. Well, the Cheetahs will have been very satisfied with the way they started this match, but they've allowed the Griffons back in with those 3 points. And let's see if they go with a more conventional kickoff this time. That they do, very deep it goes. Gathered in by the Griffons, who look to charge upfield here. That was their number 8, Visa. Looks to have some good running in him, then threw a bit of a loose pass, which ended up going into touch and has put his team under severe pressure now. As Dweba, the man who created the try with that pirouette before passing to the outside to Reno Benjamin, will throw into the lineup for the first time here.
Okay, dit is 'n forward pass. Ek hierdie skram op die lyn staan. Okay, dankie.
Jaco Pretorius just giving the team the option of the scrum of the line out there as the ball was passed forward into touch. Up it goes, fantastic line out, well contested by the Griffons, but dragged down. And they set the maul here. Dweba at the back of it. Cheetahs looking to get something going. A lot of rolling mauls in their previous fixture when the Griffons ended up just pipping them to the post by 2 points. And it looks to be a tactic that at least the Cheetahs will return to this time. This time they've been disjointed and they've been forced to go to ground. Presenting the ball back. Wide they go. Mason. Ball put down and regathered. The Cheetahs able to set.
Yeah.
Wonderful inside ball there from the number 8, Maiden. But Obi is driven backwards in the tackle. Slow to get this ball out of the rack. Once again going to the second line, and that is successful. What a wonderful cut. Oh my goodness, that's Van der Spey. Cutting the line wide open after once again they've headed back to the second back line. The Freestate Cheetahs have got another 5-pointer. This one's right under the bar. Almost guaranteed to be a 7-pointer.
Oh, just too easy. Griffin slipping off tackles, a little show and go from Van der Spey made that try for him. One tends to believe that the Griffins pride themselves a lot more on first-time tackling.
They really need to, because at this point the tries are flowing far too easily. Up it goes. And another easy conversion there for Mason.
Easy 14 points that the Cheetahs were leading by against the Griffons 3.
Little show and go made it. 3 guys sliding off tackles. Griffins have missed 2 tackles thus far. It's ended up in 2 Cheetah 15 tries.
Up it goes by Petzer. One-handed take. He's just drifted that one back with the one hand. It's an absolutely wonderful piece of play from the kickoff by the lock forward for the Freestate Cheetahs. I believe it was Hugo. Dweba charging in now.
Speel.
Pretorius calls play on. And the Freestate Cheetahs 15 really have the running game going on early here as Obi receives it on the outside. Wonderful pass by Reno Benjamin. Obi cutting inside his man. He's looking for the double inside gap here. Obi under the bar. The Griffons are being blown away early on here at Impala Rugby Club in Rustenburg.
By the left wing there for the Cheetahs, Luther Obi. What a lovely try. Lightning, I tell you.
The hands are good from Reno Benjamin. Pass is good. Luther Obi, he backs himself, he steps. Could have sidestepped someone in a phone booth. Supersport TV dive was even better.
It was a fine dive indeed. Luther Obi absolutely brimming with talent. The man is an athlete. He's very quick and he's got the steps. Perhaps after the first step he could have straightened up, either got himself or looked for support, but he managed to beat the second defender. As once again Mason adds the easy extras. The Griffons are either going to have to wake up and smell the coffee here 10 minutes into this match. They've got 3 tries inside of them.
Just too much power, too much pace. The Cheetahs 15 running away at a rapid pace of knots.
Up it goes once again from Petzer. Continues to aim toward the same area where it's actually the number 6, Gerhardus Olivier, who's jumping to receive the kickoffs for the Free State Cheetahs. Did wonderfully well last time. They've managed to retain possession this time. Very confident in their running game, but forced into kicking this time around. Spreading the ball are the Griffons. Extian sends it wide to the right wing at Damons, who goes to ground. Able to recycle the ball eventually. Many numbers on the left-hand side here. The Griffons have, but that has not gone according to plan whatsoever. And stretching away is the number 13, Ngajima, who's going to go directly under the bar for the 4th try of this match after just 11 minutes. The Griffons are in desperate trouble here, and they really need to wake up and start making their first-time tackles. Of course, this one off a bit of an error on attack.
Just too easy. The line speed and defense from the Cheetahs 15 made the try for Ngajima. That's their 4th try in 11.5 minutes, and that is a bonus point try.
Bonus point indeed. At this point, the Cheetahs 15 must be on cloud 9. They're absolutely blowing the Griffons away. As once again Mason adds the easy extras. He's got 6 points from directly in front of the bar. It's 28 points to 3. The previous fixture ended 38-36.
Ngajima makes it look so easy. Gallant effort for an ankle tap from the Griffons, but this Cheetahs side have come out guns blazing.
Petzer is making a habit of kickoffs. This time slightly wider, and they managed to disrupt the receipt from the Free State Cheetahs 15. And it's Mkafu who takes the ball back into contact, as hopefully the Griffons can get a couple of phases going on here and get their own attacking game on the go. Set there, Smith looking to clear, can't see the ball, calling for Mr. Pretorius. Passed it to the low numbers, Kotza taking it in, Smith crashing it up once again at the Griffons here. Direct play they're looking to engage in as Berger carries the ball into contact. Petzer looking for another one of his props. Stefan Kotza, who's on the other side, the number 3. Smith digging in there again. The ball's not coming quite quickly enough. And the Free State Cheetahs 15 defense looks to be very strong. But Jakob Pretorius calling a penalty for the Griffons.
Clear daylight number 10.
Smith attempted to take quickly, but was called back.
No daylight. Michael van der Spey not allowing the attacking player to place the ball. You need to do that so they can set a target for cleaners. An opportunity for Griffons to set up a driving maul from the line out. We know it's one of their weapons and they do it well. There, van der Spey needed to allow him to place the ball and set the target. No daylight.
Fair enough. Mkafu with his first throw-in, very crucial. If the Griffons can get some points on the board here, it might fill them with the confidence, but that one has gone the other way. And the Free State Cheetahs 15, well, they get off the hook there, as Jakob Pretorius has called a technical free kick against the Free State Cheetahs 15 for numbers in the line-out, and Mkafu carries it back up into the contact. Smith looking for his luck, the number 4 former. Smith once again, Petzer now. Inside ball to the number 13. Rather not the number 13. To ground go the Griffons, looking to clear from this rack. They're going to keep it close to the rack now. One would expect them to drive the ball up with the power forwards. They seem to be very fond of the power game. Smith unable to get to that one.
Entry.
And yes.
Entry.
Jaco Pretorius calling penalty for side entry from the Freestate Cheetahs 15. The Griffons have a decision to make here. They really need to go for the try. Whether a tap and go, a line out or a scrum, yes. The line out did not go too well last time, so they'll be a little bit nervous about that. And they seem to have more confidence in their scrum.
Okay, that's what I can see.
Lateral entry
that side.
From the Cheetahs, not coming through the gate.
Okay, so go.
But an opportunity for the Griffons to evolve some type of attack from the scrum. What's important, it needs to be strong, stable, solid. Play to the wheel, Griffons.
Begin by die scrum, dan kan jy uitbeweeg. Nee, begin by die scrum. Crouch. Point. Set. Steady.
Smith puts the ball in. Scrum holding up well currently for the Griffons. They can't get it moving forward. Popped up. Two Fenter by Visa.
Advantage for Orange Clouds offside.
Offside call from Jaco Pretorius, playing under an advantage now, Griffons, so they can try something fancy perhaps. But Smith looked to take it around the corner. Fenter rather. Still under advantage here now, the Griffons. Charging up around the sides of the rack, looking to find gaps or perhaps tie out. Free State Cheetahs 15 defenders. Oh, wonderful dish back to Fenter there. And he's found his teammate Extian, who gets the ball off.
Very
close to the line, they could not reach out, and the Griffons are desperate to get a try here. Well, number 7 not listening to the referee. That's Burger from the Cheetahs. Petzer gets the ball wide to the number 5. Annandale. Try called by Mr. Pretorius. Well, it got physical on the outside, but they managed to move the ball away from the rack eventually and get their powerful players in one-on-one situations on the outside. And eventually getting the try going to Gabriel Engelbrecht for the down-touch Griffons. And they're on the board at last in terms of tries, of course.
Oh, it's a good phase of play from the Griffon side. Sometimes losing a bit of shape in attack. A little bit too flat, but going the direct route does Jabir Engelbrecht and has enough strength and power to score a try.
Robbie Petzer looks to add the extra. It's very important kick this, as they trail by 20 points at this point in time. But they seem to have managed to bring the Free State Cheetahs 15 under control. No such luck for Petzer. Free State Cheetahs 15 remain 20 points ahead. Conventional kickoff once more. And that one looks like it's gone out in the full from Mason. Seems to be the preferred kicker from the tee and from the kickoff. Directly into touch, and we'll head back to center field for a scrum.
You choose a side, your ball.
You can see lifting his hand, apologies to his teammates. Schoolboy error. Need to be precise from that dropout. The kickoff is a contestable phase. If you get good hang time on that ball, gives you the opportunity of your forwards to get under it and contest it in the air.
It's interesting, the first kickoff they went for was down the center and improvised. Really looked to put the Griffons under pressure, but since then they've gone quite deep in a safer approach.
Point. Sit.
Woo! 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 Woo!
That scrum not going well for the Griffons at all. But Jaco Pretorius is being very forgiving at the scrum time, allowing resets instead of making a call for a free kick or a penalty either way. But the Griffons do look like they're going to need to get their act in order.
It's a good scrum from the Cheetahs outfit. It's all about timing, breathing. See, the hooker doesn't even lift his foot. Dweba, it's an extra pair of studs in the ground, and it just comes on with pressure.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Steady.
Venter feeds once more, and the Griffons under immense pressure going up. That one really needed to be hooked at a high speed, but the penalty going to the Griffons. Scrumming in on the angle. Perhaps against Stefan Kotze.
The penalty is against Stefan Kotze, scrumming in on the angle. You need to earn the turn. You first need to go forward, and then you can implement the wheel.
Petzer kicking to touch, and finds a decent touch inside the 22-meter line of the Free State Cheetahs 15.
The pressure's good. Clearly you can see Kotze scrumming in and up. Griffons with an opportunity, opting for a short man line out, 4-man.
And it comes once again unclean. Mkafu, they're finding his man Venter, taking it up, but met by a solid tackle. And now it's with the number 3 Van der Merwe. Venter looks to have touched that ball and knocked it on. Pretorius happy to play on, no call. Mkafu looking to play in the 9 position for this run. Taken in by Annandale. Mkafu playing scrum off again. Fancying himself there. Wonderful run. Knocking men over is Mavuntla. Venter. Number 8, Visa. They really enjoy a one-off runner, do the Griffons. And they are making headway, so who can complain? Back to the number 1, Potgieter. Venter back at scrum off now. Sending it a bit wider where they have a pod of players. Going to look to exploit the space, and that's exactly what they do. Fine try from Warren Williams, late replacement to start this fixture on the left wing. And all of a sudden, the Griffons are dragging themselves back into this game step by step. Warren Williams, the recipient of the try that time.
It's very simple, but very effective. They play it up tight, they keep it tight. And then they create the space out wide for Williams. He finishes off perfect. It's the scenario you want. You want a quick flyer against the forward. The flyer will always win.
They look to have changed their goal kicker now. Just going to have to confirm the number. Duane Pretorius is going to take this kick after Petzer has been taking the previous. Perhaps he's got more of a distance kick all the way from the touchline.
You can see Petzer out of screen now. He's obviously picked up a niggle, and therefore kicker has been changed.
Up it goes from Pretorius and over. What a kick! What a kick from the corner! He's absolutely slotted that. Wow, I have to ask the question why he wasn't kicking in the first place.
Good vision from Robbie Petzer. Gives the skip pass.
Quick kick from Mason, going deep once more. Clearly are not looking to innovate from the kickoff anymore, and wonderfully charged up there by Visa, but Obi manages to stop him. And then is helped by his teammates to bring him down. Clearance kick from Extian. Down the center of the field. They don't fancy kicking for touch. Mason again weighing things up, looking for the kick into the corner. It looks delicious, and it's going to roll into touch on inside the 22-meter line of the Griffons, who are not interested in the quick throw. And they'll be troubled by this, the Griffons, because their lineout has not been going well whatsoever.
Good vision from Frederick Mason. Drops it on his left boot and gains some valuable real estate.
Deep throw, does not quite go according to plan. Off the shins perhaps. No, Jaco Pretorius has called that a knock. Perhaps got some hands onto that ball. The lineouts, they're really going to have to sort them out as soon as possible. Otherwise they're going to continue to put themselves under pressure. Set pieces in rugby can really just grind you out of a game.
Come boys, come.
Well, the Griffons have managed to claw their way back into this game. 13 points behind now. But they have been struggling in the scrum, as they have in the line-out, so their set piece in general is not going very well. Always troubling in the first half of a game to go backwards in the scrum and to be gobbling your line-outs in various ways. But they'll look to get something more solid going here. Of course, they have won penalties at those scrums, in spite of the lack of dominance that they're experiencing because of illegal technique from the Cheetahs 15. Let's see if the Cheetahs 15 can sort that out this time. Cleared from the base by Smith. Benjamin giving the ball off to Mgijima, try scorer, of course. Crash ball there from Stefan Kotza. Smith gives it off to Mason.
Okay, release.
He's been dragged down, and the Free State Cheetahs look to clear this ball once more, looking to get the running game going once again, as they did so proficiently in the opening minutes of this game when they scored all of their tries. Reino Benjamin putting in a captain's knock there.
No, you can't dive over. No influence. Lost 12.
Just managing to get that ball back, the Cheetahs, after the Griffons really put in a good effort. Grab it through now, though, and Obi is all over it. That is a try in the corner. Luther Obi, this South African schools player, has got himself another try. He really is imposing himself upon this game with his pace and his power. Another wonderful attacking move from the Free State Cheetahs 15, who really have the ball-in-hand game going extremely well here today.
Well, fantastic vision from this Cheetahs side. Griffons were flat in defence, applicating rush defence, puts it in the grubber. Luther Obi, you beauty.
Luther Obi.
Well, Mason took a break from the conversions for a while after knocking a number over early in this match, when the Free State Cheetahs 15 looked to be running away with the game altogether. Since then, the Griffons have come back in, but Mason has a bit of a tough kick now to extend the lead once more. Dragged off to the left there by Mason, and the score remains 33 points to 15. Cheetahs still, of course, in the bonus point position.
Cheetahs leading 33 points to Griffons 15.
Lovely vision from this Cheetahs side. Kick chase from Obi was perfect.
Up it goes. Pretorius taking over all the kicking duties now. That one skewed off the side of the boot of Mason into touch. And the Griffons will have a chance here to drag themselves back into the game once more.
Wij zijn die spel uit. Daar is hij, hou neer, hou neer, hou neer.
Griffons just about managing to retain that ball from the line-out, and Fenter gets it out to Pretorius.
No advantage, knock on in the line-out.
Knock on in the line-out called by Jaco Pretorius, and we'll head back there for yet another scrum.
Knock on, line-out.
And the Griffons really need to get themselves together and start to impose themselves upon the set piece, both at the line-out and the scrum. They cannot allow this state of affairs to continue, where all of the ball from their own lineouts and scrums is completely insecure, as we have another look here.
It's well contested in the front of the lineout by Hugo. He's an old stalwart for this Cheetahs side. Paul Roosboy, 1 meter 97, 110 kilograms.
Bind. Set. Steady. Ball is available.
That one's gone to ground. Jaco Pretorius happy to let it play, and Pretorius passes it out wide, but the Griffons allow it to fall loose with a knock on, but the Free State Cheetahs have capitalized upon that. Yonker kicking the ball upfield, and the Griffons find themselves about 5 meters out from their own line. after having a potential attacking play.
Nope.
Can they retain the ball though?
Okay,
very
release,
scrappy stuff. Kick through. Venter eventually able to gather, looking to create some time for his players to get the support, set this ruck and surely clear their lines. Clear their lines they do in the form of Alren Extian, but that's fallen straight into the arms of Jonker, who gives it off to Luther Obi. Double try scorer, wonderful pass across field, grabber through, this time from Hugo.
A little too much on the grabber from Hugo. Multi-talented lock. Reminds me of the old days when I used to grabber. Jokes aside.
Griffons able to secure the line-out ball, perhaps at the most crucial time when they're 5 meters out from their line. But they're not going to be able to clear themselves out of their 22. Luther Obi thinking about going quickly. Free State Cheetahs 15 will look to extend this 33-15 lead that they have right now.
Okay, wys julle nommers, Cheetahs.
Look at Pretoria's calling for the Cheetahs to show how many numbers they have in the line-out so that the Griffons can match up. Dweba has been very impressive today, throwing the ball in fantastically to the line out there and finding Hijo's line. As the Free State Cheetahs 15 look to get another driving ball going on here, and they do have some momentum, but they have fractured. They really don't capitalize on the momentum once they get the second shove going, but they are able to present the ball once more. Benjamin van der Spey, he really does have a wonderful boot on him. Just about dragged in by the left wing for the down-touch Griffons, Warren Williams. Of course, the try scorer himself. We've had an absolute festival of tries in this first half so far, with about 8 minutes and 20 seconds left to go.
Infringing at the more do. The Griffin side, they pull it down. I can tell you one thing, it's energy sapping to defend them all, the quality of the Cheetahs outfit. I believe the Griffins need to either contest in the air, or as that jumper's feet touch the ground, sack him and make sure he goes to ground so they can't construct the driving more.
The sack would be an option for the Griffons, but they do seem to be managing it just well enough. And for once, the Free State Cheetahs 15 line out not going quite according to plan, but Van der Spey, who's had a wonderful game so far, able to make the most of it.
Backwards.
Just getting scragged there. Smith, it's fallen loose, but capitalized upon by the Free State Cheetahs 15 once more, but eventually a knock-on called. Very scrappy, and they'll be disappointed with that effort. They really got into the red zone of the down-touch Griffons and would have expected to score another try. They have been successful in pretty much every effort so far.
A rare error from this Cheetahs outfit. Slight little knock-in coming in. An opportunity for the Griffons to release some pressure. Have been under the cosh at scrum time. Cheetahs have put immense pressure on a type of Bajada technique which the Argentinians apply. It's all about breathing, timing, and getting that push on.
That technique has become very popular as the Argentinians have asserted their dominance around the world in scrums. And this time the scrum able to stay up, and that kick charge from Pretorius going dead. And a 22-meter dropout will follow. Very lucky there. Took his time with the kick and was charged. Anything could have happened, of course.
He wasn't within his own goal area, so therefore a 22-meter dropout. If he was in the in-goal area, it would have been a 5-meter scrum.
Absolutely. 22-meter dropout, very deep from the Griffons, looking to clear their lines. Obviously feeling the pressure from this Free State Cheetahs 15 attack, and they're struggling to contain it at every corner.
Daylight lost. They did daylight geweest.
No daylight call from Jacob Pretorius as Barnard Potgieter looked to make the turnover there at the rack.
Daylight.
But he's presented the Free State Cheetahs with a penalty opportunity nearby the 10-meter line of the down-touch Griffons. Interesting to see whether they choose to go for touch or poles here, and poles it is. Perhaps they're feeling the burn themselves as the wonderful Rustenburg sun beats down upon this field. A bit of a breeze coming through though, in spite of the heat.
A penalty going against Johan Kotze. You heard the call clearly from Jaco Pretorius. No daylight. That means Jaco Pretorius did not allow the attacking player to place the ball and set a target.
Mason has had plenty of practice today with kicking from the tee, and you look to add another 3 points for the Cheetahs here. Currently lead by 18. Up it goes from Mason. Wonderful height and carry. It does seem that the breeze favors the team playing on the side of the Free State 15. And Mason easily able to add the 3 there. He's got a fine kicking technique. And you can see why he handles all the kicking duties for his team. Well, the Free State Cheetahs 15 will be feeling very confident at this point in time. Up it goes. Luther Obi underneath. And he takes, shielding his eyes from the sun, looks to get some step on. Not held in the tackle, drives through and is tackled for a second time by Fenter. Looks to put in yet another tackle in the same movement against Ballmer. Smith clearing to Mason, looking to find a gap. Pops the ball back, and it really was not in communication with the scrum of Smith, and the Downtouch Griffons are able to come through and steal that ball. Here's number 7, Berger, charging it up. Fenter sending it out to his fullback. Wonderful inside ball there to the replacement, Karel Kutsia.
Roll in.
Fenter.
Nothing form. Nothing is form. There's no
Filani
form.
taking it in. Very strong hits being put in by the Free State Cheetahs 15 here. Here's Pretorius, who seems to have taken up the flyer position since Petzer has left the field. Fenter. Annandale taking the ball in, and they're going backwards step by step here. They really need to clear the ball faster and get their strike runners coming at a greater pace if they want to continue to move up the field, as they seem disinterested in spreading the ball wide from the early phases. Jaco Pretorius happy with everything that he saw there. He said the contest was good, and the turnover coming the way of the Free State Cheetahs. Van der Spey casually hanging this one downfield, forcing the Downtouch Griffons backwards, and Rodney Damons is going to monitor this one over the dead ball line, and we'll head all the way back for the scrum from where Van der Spey kicked it. Well, the Downtouch Griffons playing a very physical brand at this point in time, and if they want to make meters, they're going to have to make sure that their ball is quicker to keep the Free State Cheetahs 15 defense guessing. At the moment, they're anticipating the power game and putting the hits in that are necessary, driving the Downtouch Griffons back step by step, and being unable to go to the line-out with faith. The Downtouch Griffons are forced to keep the ball in hand and try to exert their style of play upon this game.
Point. Sit. Steady. Steady.
Once again, scrum absolutely wheeling and twisting. So much torque. And the Griffons seem to be struggling, but Jaco Pretorius is unwilling to call these ones as penalties.
And the immense pressure is that front row, Donnie van der Merwe, Kwesi Mkafu and Boran Potgieter from this Griffons outfit. Boran Potgieter, EP Kings in 2016. Went to Swartkop High, is 123 kilograms of loose head prop.
Crouch. Point. Sit. Steady. Ellenboog op.
In the final moments of this first half, Fenter feeds the scrum, and they get yet another penalty at scrum time, the Griffons, while they're traveling backwards. For the same reason, Jaco Pretorius says. Not driving straight at the scrum. Don't believe it is Dweba.
You need to earn the turn at scrum time. You first need to create pressure and a forward momentum. Kotze, you can see clearly scrumming in and on the angle to get that tight head lean. Griffons, even though time has expired, have opted for the line-out. They do have that advantage of throwing the ball in.
Careful, desperate to get this one right. It's been a struggle at line-out time for the Griffons, and that struggle continues. The ball goes straight over the top. And the down-touch Griffons unable to capitalize once again. They're going to have to sort out their set piece if they want to improve in the second half. As it stands, it's 36 points to 15. The Free State Cheetahs 15 leading the Griffons in this Free State derby. The Free State Cheetahs starting off like a house on fire, running in try after try. The Griffons managed to bring them under control, impose their physicality upon the Free State Cheetahs, but eventually the Free State Cheetahs came back and scored a couple more tries, put a penalty over the bar by Mason, who's had plenty an easy kick. But it's 36 points to 15, and the Griffons are going to have to work harder.
Take advantage of life's opportunities and apply for a loan of up to 150,000 Rand today. SMS your SAID number to 43815.
If you can keep your head when all around you's a mess, not just meet her father, but also impress. If you can leave the boys early for a date with the missus, stay strong when she says, "Dad, no more kisses." If you can help out a stranger though you know you'll be late, use your bare hands to build something great. Then yours is the earth, every inch, every ton. And, which is more, you'll be tougher, my son.
You already know that only CarTrack gives you a recovery warranty of up to 150,000 Rands. You should also know that CarTrack offers smart fleet solutions to optimize your business. Because no matter how big or small your business, your eyes are always on your fleet.
Hi, how can I help you?
These two fridges look the same, but this one costs more. Why?
Well, this one's mobile, like your phone. And this one's not mobile.
Why should I pay more for mobile when I don't need it?
Oh, you shouldn't.
Mobile internet is great when you need to be mobile, but not when you're at home. You're interneting wrong. Pay up to 4 times less for home internet from Telkom.
Ah, boys' night. Louis sips a Savannah. That crisp taste. Oh, it's his girlfriend. Will he answer?
Hello, Pununu.
Brave move, Louis. Oh, that took serious apples. Savannah's got apples. Have you?
Whether it's a new addition to your family, a renovation to the inside, or the outside of your home, a chance to get ahead, or simply to see the world. Take advantage of life's opportunities. Apply for a loan of up to 150,000 Rand from Direct Access, a company you can trust. SMS your SAID number to 43815. Take advantage of life's opportunities and apply for a loan of up to 150,000 Rand today. SMS your SAID number to 43815.
Welcome back to the Impala Rugby Stadium, where we are witnessing an absolutely scintillating clash between the Griffons and the Toyota Freestate Cheetahs 15. The Cheetahs starting off like a house on fire, scoring many tries. This is the first of them, Vim.
It's awesome stuff. The try was made by Dwebo with a little pivot play, and then risking it does Benjamin. Ngajima scores.
Van der Spey has had a wonderful game. Here he is cutting through the line. Some really poor first-time tackles as the Griffons started off very much on the back foot. Van der Spey continued on to create another try with a wonderful grabber, and there he is again. Reino Benjamin as well, the captain, has played very well, as has Luther Obi, who is imposing his athleticism on the down-touch Griffons, stepping inside two men there to score just about under the poles with an expansive dive.
There was another try for the Cheetahs. An intercept from Ngajima. He steps inside and off he goes. No one will stop him. And that was their bonus point.
That was a cold step from Ngajima as he got yet another try for the Freestate Cheetahs 15. And this is when the Griffons started to come back into the game. Dragged the players in with physical play up close and found a way over the try line here through the outside center. Engelbrecht, also their captain.
Cheetahs struck again, but it was a lovely grubber from Michael van der Spey. And Obi follows up and scores his second.
Fantastic one-hand gather there from Obi, and the Freestate Cheetahs will be elated with how this game is going. They have a significant lead.
Stats speak for themselves. Penalties conceded, Cheetahs 5. It's been a scrum time, most of them. Even though they've had less possession, they've made it count.
The lineouts for the Griffons seem to have gone worse than these stats would suggest. I'm not sure they've taken one cleanly.
The big stat here is every time the Cheetahs have got into the opponent's 22, they've come away with maximum points.
Absolutely. The Griffons spending all the time with ball in hand, 44 rucks to 22, just not being able to find the gaps in the back line, and they're going to need to get a little bit more innovative on attack in this second half.
Take advantage of life's opportunities and apply for a loan of up to 150,000 Rand today. SMS your SAID number to 43815.
Yo. Great braking.
Simon from up here, that lane change looks amazing. Breaking news, we were waiting for Simon to arrive.
Simon, I'm a huge fan, man. Please sign us for me, brother, please. Thank you so much, man.
Join a world that celebrates and rewards good driving. SMS rewards to 47751. Discover Insure. Motor insurance that rewards good driving.
Boys' night. Louis sips a Savannah. That crisp taste. Oh, it's his girlfriend. Will he answer?
Hello, Pununu.
Brave move, Louis. Oh, that took serious apples. Savannah's got apples. Have you?
Your World of Champions takes you to the front lines, where we were forged from battle. We have the scars to prove it.
Zolindi taking two defenders to bring him down. What a lovely jump. LaRue on the counter.
We have never backed down, no matter the odds. We never will, because we are the Springboks. Stay tuned and catch every moment of the heart-pounding action. Castle Lager Incoming Series. Live and in HD on SuperSport. Proudly brought to you by Spur.
The MotoGP season on SuperSport.
You have the power to unbox infinite possibilities with the new Samsung Galaxy S8. Experience the beauty of its infinity screen display and upgraded low-light camera for just 649 Rand per month on a Smart Small Plus plan, or the Samsung S8 Plus for just 749 Rand per month on a Smart Small Plus plan. And for 19 Rand extra per month, you'll get an accessories kit worth 1,399 Rand. Only on SA's best network. Vodacom. Power to you.
To the rhythm of the Buco beat. Buco, let's build together.
Whether it's a new addition to your family, a renovation to the inside, or the outside of your home, a chance to get ahead, or simply to see the world. Take advantage of life's opportunities. Apply for a loan of up to 150,000 Rand from Direct Access, a company you can trust. SMS your SA ID number to 43815.
Welcome back to the Impala Rugby Stadium, and we are ready to get back underway in this fixture between the Freestate Cheetahs 15 and the Downtouch Griffons. Currently trailing by a solid 21 points are the Griffons, and they're going to have to look to get a little bit more intuitive, ingenious perhaps with their play if they want to drag this game out of the coals. Off we go as Pretorius kicks off, received by the Cheetahs, and they charge it into contact, looking to start this half off the way they did the first, which was packed with tries as Smith kicks the ball upfield. Extian now with the ball in hand, looking to get a step on and set the ball on the halfway line. Fenter looking to get there, but I think Pretorius had to drag it from the ground and back into contact. Extian, wonderful slap pass wide as Mkafu takes it into contact. Fenter finding his prop. Fenter once again. Pretorius now is playing in the fly-off position, although he's wearing the 12 on his back as Petzer had to go off early in the first half. Fenter charging into contact is Greiling. He's dragged to ground, and the Griffons struggle to find a way through the Free State Cheetahs 15 defensive line once again, but not so hard for Engelbrecht, their captain, who does manage to find a way through. Visa receives and gives it off to Van der Merwe, the number 3. That ball is up, and Jacob Pretorius has called it as such. Well, they managed to recycle this somehow. Free State Cheetahs unable to keep their hands on the ball and make that a maul, forcing a scrum. Extian engaging in a bit of obstruction there. Jacob Pretorius has deemed it intentional and given a penalty to the Free State Cheetahs 15. Mason looking to find a good touch. He's been outstanding with the boot today. Takes on all the responsibilities.
Just running out of options. Does this Griffin side an obstructive running in the form of Gavin Annandale just mistiming his run. Needed to come from depth. What Annandale needs to do is create doubts in the defence, which will eventually create space out wide.
Dwebo has been magnificent today. Yet another quadri line-out. Outstanding tackle there from the hooker Mkafu. Charged up by Meiring, the number 8 for the Cheetahs. Smith complaining that he was unable to get that ball. Jacob Pretorius happy with what he sees.
Okay, release, Griffons!
Smith, Van der Spey, sending it wider now, inside from Mason. Charged into contact there, and they've reset. Free State Cheetahs, Dweba taking it into a big hit. Mkafu's getting around and putting big hits in. He's up and at them immediately, ready to make another. Van der Spey charging and cutting on the inside now to the replacement. The number 21. Upfield they come. Williams looking to get on the end of that. But the Cheetahs 15 just about able to hold on to the ball. Illegally so.
On the mark, there's the mark, there's the mark, there's the mark. There's.
And Fenter not listening to the ref's call of where the mark was. He did repeat it many a time over.
Holding.
Ball hoofed upfield, and Williams put a wonderful chase in.
Come.
We're currently trying to catch up with all the replacements that have been made at half-time. They've called a scrum.
Okay, wait.
The Don't Touch Griffins this time. They're tired of trying the line-out at this point in time. There have been too many errors. A couple more subs being made now. Looks like in the lock positions as they perhaps are going to try to sort out their line-out so that they can get some solid play. They really are hampered by their inability to construct a driving maul because they cannot take a clean take.
Van 8, ja. Ja, hy is net op die crouch bind en dan gaan hy in. So by die set is hy daarom klaar in die scrum. Ja, nee, maar as ek sê bind, dan gaan hy in. Ja, omdat die ouens is op die knop, so julle ouens in die presisie selfde. Ja, dit was julle nommer 3 wat ingegaan het die hele tyd. As hy reg het gaan sy scrum mooi stable en julle is al dom in 'n doek.
Well, it's a fantastic day at Impala Rugby Club. Family have come out early on during that Gold Cup fixture. I was walking around chatting to some of the fans, and there was a mom with her son in front of the television going, "There's Dad, there's Dad." Amazing scenes, lovely stuff. That's what rugby's about.
Boy! He is.
Sit.
Jakob Pretorius was laying down the law to both scrums there just before this. And let's see if they've heeded his warnings. That ball comes spinning out the side and charging up is Visa. He's not afraid of the contact. Fenter clearing. Quick ball finally for the Griffins. And the replacement, the number 19, Neil Klaassen, taking that one into contact. Fenter once again now. Base of the rack. Gets it off to Mkafu, who's come in with a serious attitude into the second half. Making hits and carrying ball.
Okay, release. Release.
Griffins looking to drag it close to the rack once more. Slow ball follows. Fenter struggling to get this up, but there was no railway from the Freestate Cheetahs 15. Fenter charges up, not 10 back, not at all. Jakob Pretorius calls it, and they're under an advantage now, the Griffins. If they can free this, perhaps they can make an effort to get over the line here, try something expensive.
On the line.
Try on the line. Jakob Pretorius has seen the ball on the line, and the Griffins open the scoring here. In the second half.
Check it met die quick tap as nummer 4 nie 10. Baie lucky dat dit ook nie penalty try was nie.
Well, just giving a warning to the Freestate Cheetahs 15 there. Just considering a yellow card perhaps for the players not retreating the 10 meters, but he's decided not to.
Well, it's the perfect start to the second half from this Griffins outfit. Opting to wrap around the corner, go the direct route, and eventually Neil Klaassen, good body position, and he gets the ball down on the line, which counts.
Pretorius puts it up. Good solid kick. The win behind them in the second half. And that one's gone straight over the bar. The Griffins will be very satisfied to bring themselves within 14.
Well, this whole try evolved from a good set piece. It started with a solid scrum. They worked the ball. They wrapped around the corner. Neil Klaassen finishes well.
Another improvised kick from Mason, and this time they've gathered it. The Griffins really struggle to deal, but they've managed to tear that ball away in the contact. And they set up the rack now. Did look like a good turnover there. Well, turnover after turnover here. Straight from the kickoff, and Van der Spey getting a bit of a step on to make sure he didn't go backwards in the tackle. Retains the ball, Smith. Well, speculative inside ball there. And once again, the ball is hoofed upfield, and here comes Williams. Turning on the afterburners, unlucky bounce. My goodness, that is a meaty hit on Ngijima, who's managed to retain the ball and present it for his team, but it's going to be a penalty to the down-touch Griffons, who have come into the second half with a serious attitude. Charging upfield, Williams really is not afraid to chase a long kick downfield. Mkafu has been absolutely colossal in these first few minutes. He's everywhere.
Well, opting for the scrum again, do the Griffons. Basically in the same position from where the try evolved for Neil Claassen. Let's see what they do from here.
Well, the previous scrum did look a bit better. Let's see how this one goes.
Crouch. Point. Sit. Steady.
Well, getting some completed scrums now. As Venter receives it on the loop, away from the scrum. Captain Engelbrecht taking it into contact. Venter once again. Pirouette out of the tackle by the down-touch Griffons. Venter going short to Mkafu. Not shy of a carry or a tackle. And here's the number 21, the replacement for the down-touch Griffons. Karel Wynand Kutsia. Came on for Petzer earlier in the half, and a penalty goes to the Toyota Freestate 15. Very disappointing for the Griffons, who have started this half off extremely well. Holding in the tackle, yes.
Outstanding work done by Jasper Wiese at the breakdown. In a position of strength, on his feet, and wins the penalty for his side.
13 Griffons up.
Perfectly positioned is Jasper Wiese on his feet. Strong and hard, and wins the penalty.
Vuyombota making his way onto the field as a replacement for Engelbrecht, the captain. Once again, looking to construct a driving maul here, but they've been fractured every time they've tried this so far. This time they've got a roll going on. Dweba looks to stay at the back.
Use it once!
They've failed to protect him so far at the rolling mauls. But this time they've done well and set themselves up for an attacking play inside the down-touch Griffons half. On the 10-meter line now. Wonderful carry, somehow offloading that to the number 8, Meyering. Smith. Van der Spey. He dishes it all the way to the other side. Ngijima taking it into the contact there. Smith. Looking for a quick ball. Yes, that is really blatant professional foul there. As the down-touch Griffons player just walked his way around the ball in an offside position.
Side entry.
Playing under an advantage there, and Jacob Pretorius has called the penalty. Mason will surely go for touch, as their lineouts have been fantastic. And they're looking to improve their driving maul.
The penalty going against Byron Potgieter. Lateral entry, smack bang in front of the referee, Jaco Pretorius. That there is illegal. You need to come through the gate. So you need to actually come back and around to create impact.
Yeah.
Absolutely flagrant indeed. Dweba getting it into the line out. Finally, the Griffons have managed to disrupt one. And they are charging upfield now in the form of their number 8, Wiese, who gets an offload to his flank partner there, Greiling. Loose forward partner, rather. Looked like a bit of a loose carry. No knock-on called, and cutting through he is. Damon's able to show the pace. Is he going to get over the line here? Wonderful try for the down-touch Griffons, completely in control of the second half right now. Disrupted the Freestate Cheetahs line-out, charged all the way down the touchline, and got themselves over for a try.
For the Griffons.
Outstanding work
Edging ever so closer.
from this Griffons side. They stole the line-out ball, and then one has to say soft defence from the Cheetahs. But Damons backed himself and finishes off well. That is the fourth try of the Griffons, so they do earn themselves a bonus point try.
They'll be very satisfied with that. And they put themselves back in with a sniff in this match. Pretorius can put this kick over the bar. They'll move on to 29 points. They're just 7 behind. Freestate Cheetahs 15, who look to be running away with it at one point. Well, over it goes. Dwight Pretorius, who's absolutely been fantastic, kicking from the tee since taking over the responsibilities from Robbie Petzer, who left the field in the first half. Mason kicking off once again, goes deep this time after another improvised kickoff the previous time around. Pretorius is the recipient, and that ball's come somewhat off the side of the boot, but it's still a very chaseable kick. Mason, wonderful footwork, getting him past a number of tackles. Cutting in field now is the number 14, Jacobus Jonker. Smith. Van der Spey receives it. Luther Obi on the right-hand side of the field this time. Smith clearing from the base. Wonderful cut there from Neil Klaassen. And over they go. Oh, it wasn't Neil Klaassen cutting, but rather Hijo. And it's going to be Jacobus Jonker who gets the try under the bar. Oh, so simple. Walking over and dotting it down.
It's all about first-time tackles and going a begging. Do the Griffons, and lovely play by Hugo. Unselfishly finds the support of Jonker. And Jonker finishes straight under the uprights.
Mason, he's had plenty of cricket practice today. He's got 5 out of 6. Many of them have been directly in front of the bar, and he's got another one here. Down-touch Griffons will be bitterly disappointed to allow a try so quickly. Pops that one over the bar, does Mason. Picks up the tee and runs back. The Freestate Cheetahs have put a bit of breathing room between themselves and the Griffons again.
Oh, it's good play by Hugo. Good support play by Jacobus Jonker. No one could stop him.
High and deep from Pretorius for the down-touch Griffons. The chase not great though, and Freestate Cheetahs have time to execute a number of passes before meeting a defender. And Kafu is that defender once more. Hanging the ball up perhaps for Luther Obi to chase, but that'll go directly into touch. 43 points to 29 for the Freestate Cheetahs now, as they were starting to sweat just a little bit as the game came back to within 7 points. 4 tries for the Griffons, as well as the Cheetahs, of course.
Ready, whoa, boys. Easy middle. Cheetahs.
And what has been a try-laden game.
Cheetahs.
Kafu will be looking to get this line out right now, as the Griffons have been struggling all day long to find their jumpers. They've got some replacements on now. Let's see how it goes. Not that well is the result. Rising up to meet it was Klaassen, unable to get his hands on it. And the Cheetahs 15, in the form of Van der Spey, look to get back on the front foot. Looks like hands might be on that ball. Not a great clean out. Jacob Pretorius has called for the Griffons to release the ball. They refuse to listen to that. And a penalty to the Cheetahs 15.
Ja, maar hij heeft die gerond. Hij heeft het moeilijk gemaakt. Geen invloed gehad, die tackle pas. Ja.
Donnie van der Merwe getting pinged at the breakdown point, not rolling away. finding himself in no man's land, but you need to make an effort in front of the referee. Either try roll out backwards or make an effort to roll out the side.
Tried neither of those. It's difficult sometimes when you feel that you've got it. And no contest there from the Griffons. Easily taken at number 2 from Dweba's throw-in. Smith clears from the base. Obi almost dragging that ball back in, but a very casual knock-on as he was looking to take the ball at first receiver. Jaco Pretorius calls a scrum to the Griffons as we see that Reino Benjamin has left the field, being replaced by Stefan Janssen van Rensburg.
I can see the disappointment on Luther Obi's face. He knows he's better than that. It was an open and shut case of looking at the defender and taking eyes off the ball.
Crouch. Point. Sit. Steady.
Once again, scrum collapsing on the near side this time. Jaco Pretorius is happy to see this one reset. Scrums were going well for some time after early struggles, but the Freestate Cheetahs have been consistently penalised.
Tight head of Freestate 15, Stefan Kortzer going with his knees to the ground.
Crouch. Point. Sit. Steady.
Venter feeds, and this time the Griffons are going backwards again, able to hold it long enough, and Visa gets it off to Venter, passes to his fly, Pretorius. Wonderful play from Extern, who's able to get the ball away to Williams, getting his step on, looking to get inside his man. Unfortunate. Fine dish out, and just dragged down is the number 22, Vuyon Boto. Charging up now is Visa. He's been magnificent today, and he's got himself a deserved 5 points following the play and charging over for the try.
A lovely interplay between forwards and backs, and what I liked about the Griffons' attitude is their will to keep that ball alive. Offloads from the ground, first one from Williams, good support play by the replacement in Mboto, and then the running line of Visa was perfect. He came like a steam train and finished well.
Charging through indeed, showing the power he's been showing all game long. Seems to be a very big player for the Griffons. Pretorius has been a fine replacement in the kicking stakes for the down-touch Griffons, and they'll look to put this one back over the bar and once again give the Cheetahs problems. No problems whatsoever. Pretorius has really rebelled in the flyer position.
Visa's had a solid game for the Griffons. He comes from depth and he comes at pace. That's what made the try.
Mason goes deep once more. The deep kicks have been the most unproductive, but they do tend to go to them. Safety first, perhaps. Well gathered there. Weighing up the options, giving it to Mason. Looks to initiate a counter-attack instead of kicking this time. Van der Spey dragged into contact. Number 8, Meiring, operating at scrum off for the 2 phases. Wonderful hit up there by Kotza. Smith getting away to Dweba, gets it out to Luther Obi.
Backwards from Griffons.
Looked for quite a special pass there over the top, when perhaps he could have looked to secure the ball in contact. Dweba looking to present the ball, but it's been turned over by the Griffons. Wonderful play. Extern, a fine pass. Out to Mboto. He's got the fresh legs and imposed himself on the previous movement that led to the try. Williams approaching. Extern, though. Oh, very loose pickup at the base of the rack. Jaco Pretorius happy with everything that he saw, and the Freestate Cheetahs have turned it over and are back on the attack here. Van der Spey gets the ball out and just about dragged in by Janssen van Rensburg. It'll be Hijo clearing it from the ruck this time. Cheetahs 15 looking to stretch away from the Griffons once again after having just conceded a try. Mason really likes injecting into the line, but that pass out wide to Obi was not great from Mgijima. And the Free State Cheetahs will be disappointed by that. Obi not able to really get into the game in the second half after being such a feature in the first. Quickly taken, and Pretoria sweeps the ball downfield. Mason monitoring this one very calmly as the chase line is leaving a lot to be desired. And Boto eventually getting there. Van der Spey, we're looking to take this 22-meter dropout for the Free State Cheetahs 15. 43 points to 36. The score at this point in time, just the 7 points separating these two teams. And the Free State Cheetahs will feel that they've let the down-touch Griffons back into this game one too many times. But the down-touch Griffons are really looking the better side in this second half as Mason hangs up a high-hanging 22-meter dropout. Taken into contact by Extern, but he was slipping as he did, and yes,
moving forward, Griffons ball.
Ball unplayable due to the nature of the contact as Extern went to ground slipping. The Free State Cheetahs players came in.
Stephen Meyering was falling on the tackled player on the ground. He couldn't go anywhere. And wisely, Jaco Pretorius, due to the slight forward momentum of the Griffons at the breakdown, they will have the feed at scrum time. Left and right options available. Let's see what they evolve from here.
Point. Set. Steady.
Far better form in the scrum than any other we've seen in the match. Visa clears the ball, but it's a really horrendous pass right to the toes of Pretorius. Venter getting it out to Potgieter, who charges it up in the midfield. Venter again. Downtouch Griffons looking to drag their way upfield. It's Mavundla taking it into contact that time. Extern looking to impose himself on this game more in the second half. He's very effective with ball in hand. That ball's been turned over though. Oh, absolutely wonderful play from the Free State Cheetahs 15. Was that Olivier or Berger that got his hands on the ball there? Didn't catch the number.
It looked like Joseph Dweba. He's been prominent at the breakdown for his side this afternoon. There comes the counter-ruck. Apologies. Looked like Mgijima.
A combination of Mgijima and Olivier perhaps showing the team spirit that is clearly coursing through this Free State Cheetahs team. That is perhaps more evident in the first half. And once again, another good line out from Dweba, well received. Not setting up the rolling maul this time, which was such a prominent feature in the previous match between these two teams, which was, of course, won by the down-touch Griffons. Free State Cheetahs looking to crash it up this time in the form of Kotza. Van der Spey looking to find a gap on a hard cut there. Just dragged down, playing under advantage of the Free State Cheetahs right now. That is very scrappy, and yes, we will be going back for it there. High tackle, the call from Jaco Pretorius.
Number 2.
Well, Mkafu finally starting to feel the efforts that he's put in today. He's really been phenomenal in open play. At the line-out, things have not gone right. Difficult to blame him or the Lux, one's not sure.
Anything around the neck area, shoulder area is a penalty. And Mkafu, that left arm slipping up and around the neck of Visa.
Looks to be making his way from the field now, does Mkafu. He's put in a titanic effort. It really has been wonderful to watch, putting in hits and carrying ball. We'll confirm the replacement now. It seems Van der Spey has got a heavy limp on as well. That'll be very disappointing for the Cheetahs. He runs their play and he runs it magnificently. especially in the first half. Here's Mason with the kick. Up and over from Mason. He's had an absolutely wonderful game off the tee, and another 3 points to the Freestate Cheetahs 15.
10 and 5 sub, Cheetahs.
As we are getting a couple of subs coming on now. Rudolph Brits is coming on to replace Mkafu at hooker for the Griffons. Van der Spey is going off for the Freestate Cheetahs, and we're going to try to keep pace with all of those changes as the play continues. Ball allowed to fall loose there. It's a coach killer, that, but it's fallen kindly for the Freestate Cheetahs. Look to get on the front foot from deep inside their 22. Dweba, very dynamic runner with ball in hand. Ball's called by Jaco Pretorius, and that will not be able to be freed. Big chance here for the down-touch Griffons to cut down the 10-point lead just created by Mason's kick.
Outstanding work by the two replacements, Mboto and Kutsia, getting in and onto the ball and keeping Dweba up, forcing the maul and forcing the turnover.
Looks like Deon Badenhorst has come on at number 9 for the Cheetahs, replacing Juan Philip Smith, rather.
Crouch. Point. Sit. Steady.
Once again, Jaco Pretorius happy to let that collapse happen and reset the scrum. He wants to see a fair contest, and we have seen far more of those in the second half. He has refereed the scrum very well overall, rather than giving penalties straight away for players going down on a knee or slipping in the turf. He's given them a second chance and eventually penalized the Cheetahs more than the Griffons.
Crouch. Point.
In total, there's been 4 resets.
Dante changing his mind.
Very loose pickup there from Visa, but he's managed to get it to Fenter. Carried into contact, and Fenter again getting it off to Pretorius. Driven back in the tackle, looking to present the ball to his teammates. Playing under an advantage now as the replacement hooker, Rudolph Brits, looks to impose himself. Not able to get a running start though. Visa carries it in again. Got himself a try now.
No advantage. Changing your
Extian picking up. Fenter looking to find the ref's mark to play it quickly, but that's not going to happen.
Changing your bind in the scrum.
And they'll have to think hard about what they're going to choose here. With about 10 minutes left to go in this game, do they go for touch? Do they go for a scrum? Do they back their line out enough now with the replacements, replacement hooker and 2 replacement locks? And it appears that is their choice. They're finally going to show faith in the line-out. Down into the corner by Pretorius.
It's a massive opportunity for this Griffons outfit. They can come away with spoils here. They'll straight back into the game. Hilton Lobbits replaces Daniel Hugo. Hugo has had a solid outing. He's been the go-to man at line-out time. Made the try of Yonka.
Up it goes, just about dragging that one in.
Roll out, roll out.
And the Griffons will have an opportunity to attack. Just a few meters out here from the Freestate Cheetahs line. Fenter sent it to Porchiter. Oh my goodness. That tackle ended up being quite unsavory, as one went high, one went low, and the tackle was around the neck. Here comes, wow, another try for Warren Williams. Late replacement into this team, and he's just cut straight through the line there. Will Jaco Pretorius go back to look at that high tackle? Oh, he's asked them to keep it down. No yellow card coming out. Warren Williams gets himself a double.
That was a nice one, yeah? Very nice.
Williams saw that it was against Johan Kurtzer. It's what you want, a nippy back against a slower front ranker. The nippy back will always win, and Williams goes over for a well-worked team try from this Griffons side.
Pretorius has the easy extras, and the Griffons once again have brought themselves back into this game. It's been a ding-dong day, to say the least, and we are at 46 points to 43, with 7 minutes left in this game.
Diving to no avail does Johan Kurtzer. Too much pace, Williams. His running line was good.
Time off 11.
Griffons 43, Freestate 15, 46.
Okay, time back on.
Luther will be making his way off the field. He's been ineffective in the second half after being scintillating in the first. Mason, wonderful kickoff. Chase is just not getting there in time.
Step.
But they pin
inside.
The Griffons back into the 22. And they're going to be forced to clear from here. Pretorius bangs it upfield into a safe touch. Close to their own 10-meter line. Well, Hilton Lobbits, a true journeyman of South African rugby. He's played everywhere. He's just a physical talent who can impose himself upon the game.
It's been a positive second half for the Griffons. Dominating possession, dominating territory. They've come right back into this game. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your safety belts, because the next 6 minutes is going to be nail-biting.
Oh no, play.
Once again, setting the driving maul here are the Free State Cheetahs. They've been improving upon it as this game has gone on.
Get out!
Really dodgy play there from the downtouch Griffons. Very slow to clear themselves from being in an offside position. And this rolling maul continues upfield now. The Free State Cheetahs have got full control, and they're going to have to get in here and collapse this. Give away the penalty perhaps. Jaco Pretorius did not see it in that way. And Gajima has been cut down by a hard tackle from Visa, who really works hard for the Griffons. Wide it goes now. Mason is injecting himself into the line once more. Gives it to Jonker, who hasn't seen much ball here today.
They lost it. Backwards.
Oh, well, backwards is the call from the referee, Jaco Pretorius, and the Griffons have the chance to clear their line. Chip upfield.
Yeah.
And they've managed to bring that under control. Maklina, fresh on the field for Obi. Drags that ball into contact as this game is getting a bit fast and loose. Wide it goes, big contact, Dweba. He seems to be filled with endless energy. And is this Janssen van Rensburg down the line? Wonderful ball back onto the inside, gentle step. And Vidima is over the line. Wow, wonderful step at the end from Vidima. Made it look oh so easy. After Janssen van Rensburg made the break down the touchline, the Free State Cheetahs really know how to come back from being hurt. And they stretch out the lead once more.
It all started off with a galloping run by Dweba, and then they offload after the tackle. Vidima scores.
Mason once again lining up a kick. How many has he taken in this fixture? 8, and he's put 7 over. About 4 or 5 of those have been from directly in front of the poles, but his kicking has been wonderful from the tee and out of hand. Let's see if he can add the extras here once more. Up and over from Mason. Free State Cheetahs leading by 10 points, 53 to 43.
Good play by Stefan Janssen van Rensburg. Unselfishly offloads after the tackle. And Vidima scores.
Backwards the call from Jaco Pretorius. And the Free State Cheetahs are able to secure the ball here from the kickoff. They really look to just control this game till the end. They've had far too many scares. The defense from both teams has left a lot to be desired. And that is what they are doing, taking their time. Hilton Lobbits here, charging up for the run.
Roll tackler, leave it,
dragged out of the tackle. Replacement scrum off Badenhorst. Getting it wide now. Janssen van Rensburg has really come into his own in the second half. Badenhorst, Lobbits. Never afraid to carry the ball up. Badenhorst sending it back now. That kick is hung up wide, and Matlina unable to get underneath it. But it's well picked up by the try scorer Vidima. Badenhorst with the box kick, driving the down-touch Griffons back. Pretorius receives, sends it. Williams has got himself a brace, and he's looking to get something going here again. Oh, well, Lobbits was looking to bring an end to that abruptly with some consequential contact. Was unable to affect that, and yes, he was coming in high. Down-touch Griffons take it very quickly now, charging up the center of the field, barely hanging on to that one. And the ball is sent wide by Kutsia. Just gently falling into that ruck. But the down-touch Griffons forwards, and they're looking to set something up here in the center of field. Well, it's become very scrappy. Finally getting out to the back line. Pretorius looking to find a gap, but he's been chopped down by two. Hilton Lobbits absolutely loves the physical contact. Charging in there is Brutz. Looking to keep it close once more. Not enough players at that ruck. And Hilton Lobbits, along with Olafur, able to drive over the top but not affect the turnover as the down-touch Griffons continue to bring the ball upfield. And here's Visa. He's been colossal for his team today.
Funny foot.
Wisely not touching the ball with their hands and being able to retain possession. Pretorius now sends it wide. Williams! Oh, he's taking his man on the outside. Dancing feet by fire. Williams gets a try in the corner with 20 seconds left on the clock. And if this kick goes over, they could bring themselves to within two, but there's only 13 seconds. How quickly can they take it? Will the referee allow a final play? And do we have a game on our hands yet again? They refuse to go away.
It's good play from this Griffin side. They evolve, they use the same side, play same side, play same side. And Williams, too much pace, scores a hat-trick.
Hat-trick indeed. And he'll be very satisfied with that after having not been named in the initial starting lineup. He's come and bagged himself 3 tries. And the scoreline is 53 points to 48. The tries just don't stop coming. The Freestate Cheetahs are walking their way back up to the halfway line here, as they are sick and tired of seeing the Griffons come back at them. They just need to hold them off once more now. Mason kicks it deep, of course. They're going to have to run it all the way back from about 8 meters out from their try line. Wonderful dummy there, and on the run are the down-touch Griffons, but it's gone forward off the hand. So unfortunate. That's the game. Jakob Pretorius blows the final whistle. It's been a wonderful fixture here in the Supersport Rugby Challenge. But the Griffons have been beaten 53 points to 48 by the Freestate Cheetahs 15. And with that, the hopes of the Supersport Rugby Challenge go away while the Freestate Cheetahs